Isn't it so annoying when squirrels eat all of your bulbs that you've planted? If, like me, you're planting a load of bulbs this autumn, there's lots of different things that you can do to help your bulbs survive until spring. Chicken wire really is your best friend when it comes to protecting bulbs from squirrels. You can use it on the border, or you can use it to protect pots like this one that's full of bulbs. All you need to do is, if you roll it out over the pot and make sure you're leaving enough space to be able to bend down the edges. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to size, right the way around, and then I'm going to lay the wire over the pot, bend down the edges so it's as tight as you can, and then we're going to take the string, wrap it all the way around and tie it really tightly, and that'll keep it in place over winter. You can do the same thing in borders as well. All you need to do is cut a piece of chicken wire and peg it down to make sure it stays in place. Then as soon as you see the bulbs start to come through in early spring, lift the mesh to let them grow on. Cloches can be really expensive to buy, but it's actually really easy to make your own. What I do is take an old plastic pot and mould some chicken wire around it and then peg that into the ground, and that works just as well. While chicken wire is really effective, obviously it doesn't actually look that nice. So in areas that we walk past quite a lot, what I tend to do is plant the top of either the pot or borders with plants such as violas. So if you cover the surface, you're creating a different type of physical barrier. To cover the gaps in between the plants, you can try adding grit as an extra physical barrier to stopping the squirrels getting in at your bulbs. The other tip that I'm going to try is a bit more unusual, and it's using strong smelling herbs and spices. So I'm going to use garlic to try and mask the smell of the bulbs, and I've read that squirrels absolutely hate chilli. So I'm going to try sprinkling these over the ground where the bulbs are planted, which would be ideal for these smaller spots that I wouldn't be able to fit in a physical barrier like chicken wire. Because I've got quite a lot of these areas to do, these bigger packets are better value and a better way of doing it. Let's see what happens. There are a couple of other methods of deterring squirrels that I've heard about, but that I've never actually tried. So I've got here some cuttings of holly and some rose clippings that I'm going to put across the border to stop squirrels digging through into the soil. The idea being that squirrels won't want to walk over the prickly foliage. This is really useful here as well because I've got a big area to cover, so this is a quick, cheap way of protecting the bulbs. So there's a range of tips for you to try to keep your bulbs squirrel-proof this winter. It's a case of just trying one, two, or even a few of the methods that will work best for you. And let us know how you got on in the comments below. Fingers crossed for a spring full of flowers.